Hi. Also the best day of my life. This is section 39, January 29th, 2015, International Accord against those we convicted of misuse of law and healthcare insurance fraud. So that is an exclamation point. Now, I'm going to read to you something that I wrote specifically for those who are receiving this information from another source. Now, this source is still connected to the will of the Father. International Accord against those convicted of misuse of law, those like DAVID have been banned for not involving themselves with proper health care insurance fraud. When I go to something that was also what I authorized, any of you who try coming between me and my son Omar will receive ultimate punishment. So I will again remind you, I am a ruling empress. I take that very seriously. The International Accord does have force of law, and I will share with you more about my Irish grandfather. He is Caucasian, which would make me seem the same. However, as noted, our patents are a completely different, separated process. That's fine. So if you are familiar with the P gland, we can go ahead and discuss medical terms and conditions, but that is something that is done in the market. So because it is a market gift and it is associated with a certain arrangement, I will go ahead and inform you now that the craft, we can only have respect for the craft, because between individuals it can get very, very dangerous. All right. So now I'll read something. Vital update. I am now utilizing international accords. Certain members of academia have been convicted just now of insurance fraud. Since you do not care about our health care, your law has no force. My rights are inherited. This is a picture of how my Irish forefathers look. All right, so now you see. Out of respect for the craft, he will represent himself with me live as soon as possible. I find Caucasians to be beautiful in appearance, but I listen to Wale and realize my body is still worth As such, I am going to continue with these WMV files, and this will be one of the better points because I also will review the other videos first. So because I do have independent review, I will go ahead and basically make this the best point of reference until we are done dealing with misuse of law. And these videos will remain, they will stand, they will remain with force of law because we are securing president. Now, there is a policeman always trying to harass me. I already pressed charges against him. If he needs to be attacked, I really don't care enough to stop them from possibly killing him. Because I've already asserted that the field needs to be secure, and it starts with respect of our life. To David and all the ADMIN, you don't seem to care about our health care, so your law is nothing. And that is practical. I usually do practical advice when required. So now, this series will be placed right here, and it will continue when I do a complete review of what I am currently doing with Upstream TV. I want to go ahead and show something that I think is a really good presentation of how to use the force properly. So not only are things getting mental, this woman is actually throwing valuables at the windows because someone said you are not acting African American enough. Shock value. That is pretty much the second ding. The fight is over. This is what my great grandfather looks like. I know personally it is possible to stay alive in shock. I've been in shock for 6 years, but I thought we went to the program to do something completely separated. I laughed all the way to the bank. You're going to gain something separate each angle of this story. Because my series is like Trillion. If admin thinks we are mental, like this, Absolutely. Self-programming is respect for our process. Have to watch sequencing. Section 39. I love me. I will do a new WMV after review, and I will now set quota. Being too mental is not a disease! Exclamation point. Disorder is something I refer to my empirical ancestors, forefathers, to guide. I state this now, and I have said it before. The issue of how things come together, full circle, may get you put into independent review. So we will remain, and I'm gonna really share with you in seriousness. It's best to escape. All right, and we have an agreed definition of to get out of any situation that you do not agree with. This young lady escaped from hell. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you her method. This is why it's one of the best days of my life. The international accord is so we do not have to continue with those who are acting against what we enjoy. She has a method, and I have respect for the process. So this is another long video, and I have about um, over C's, over everything. Um, we need to look at how the situation is becoming. So this is section 39, evidence, and all evidence will remain with the people currently holding evidence. This lady that's on my left side, excuse me, she says the situation can manifest, but how hard should it be? And consider you can't disturb us. So, okay, so that was a good introduction. This other introduction on my right basically is a restraining order that this other young woman used. And I really put here how to avoid confusion during revelations. Cite both. I will go ahead and entitle this video according to how I think is best, but Avoiding confusion during revelations is more of a respect for the craft, and that's the reason why it is stated such way. So I'll let you see what I'm looking at. So now you see what I'm looking at. And the reason why we slow down production is because what is more vital is that we kind of get into practical. There's so many ways to do practical. I prefer to do active training, but we definitely remember veterans. So this is going to be something that I also want to share. This is a veterans memorial. The fires, and we respect that. So I have a video that I will also do at the memorial site in reverence to everyone involved in our civic journey. All right, um, so we definitely have our Ustream television platform. I was reading a particular series, and if I give my line to Russian Orthodox, in theory, we still have Omar. So for me to do the double helix twist, from a three pillar platform, it only makes sense in context. So I guess I would have to hold on to what our international court is. That's really so complex. And that is why I respect our international partners. Some are pink, some are brown, some are white, some are yellow, some are blue, some are purple. I have a deep respect for that because that's a very deep statement, and it's complex in a way that is stimulating. It's a good type of stimulation because part of the love is mental. The body is chemically made and composed to appreciate symmetry, to appreciate order and strength, and those are also things that I adore. Now think of how we work since 2009 up to this day in order to prove there is a feast in heaven. Train for both marriage and magical adventures. Each day from December 2009 is a gift I continue to enjoy. So it's modern. It's definitely modern. Remember different positions as practical and functional. So I will go ahead and find my Breaking Dawn analysis. I want to refer to one of my entries on Tumblr, which is just a scientific tool that we use, but we have a lot of progress even independently. Okay, so yeah, it's a decree that all of 2015 is a worthy reflection. That's really good. This is what I want to insert here. I will review each video to add to a futuristic outlook. Our futuristic outlook is crucial. And I only maintain the series independently. So each one will stand as it is. And then when we go into the futuristic outlook, it will have no effect to that series. We've been entrusted a spaceship. I'm really happy. But this is to assure that everything we have here is exactly the way it will remain. Keep close magical exchanges and move away from anything that is not included in our evidence. With that being said, everything is available. And that is the best advice that I have. Um, so we established ourselves all of 2014. The jump from 2013 to 2015 is about an equation. So the equation is now about the styles. And I do believe that, you know, the fifth judge is representative, but there's going to be a lot more in evidence. I am very happy with all the days that we acquired, and everything is legal. This is now a statement of a legal accord, and it is now placed with the authority of United States of America government. A new wave is in our control. First, I will complete independent reviews.